Hello everyone, welcome to TechSpot. My name is Anush Kumar, Java trainer, 5+ years of IT experience. So today's class agenda will be we will see how to connect a database in our Java project and how to write a Java program that can perform certain operations related to the database. So earlier we are using MySQL workbench for creating a database table and performing for CRUD operation. Now here we will create one Java program. First, we will get Java project. Inside that, we will get one class, and there we will write a program to create the connection with the database and and perform different types of CRUD operation inside that program. Okay. For performing, first thing you have to do is uh, for performing a database connection and running a the code related to the MySQL. First, we have to download the MySQL connector jar, okay, from your browser. Then you will import that browser inside your project, inside your library, and then you can make the connection. Okay. So first, what you will do, first we have to go to your browser and search MySQL connector jar. Yes, MySQL JDB, sorry, MySQL connector jar download. Then go to this MySQL connector, this first site that is official website. From here, you can download the MySQL connector jar. So click on this. Okay. After clicking here, you can select the operating system. Click the platform independent operating system. Okay. After platform independent operating system, you can download this second one, that is a zip file. Click the second one and just no thanks, just start my download and it will start downloading the file. Okay, so your file will be downloaded in your download folder. Okay, so click your download folder here, download, go to download. The zip file basically is downloaded. Click here and extract your zip file, means extract all. Okay, so after clicking extract all, the file will be basically extracted. So okay, just it will complete in a few seconds. Okay. Okay. Now the file has been extracted. After extracting, you can see two times. Okay. This file, MySQL connected jar. This file basically you want to need to import. Okay. For how then you have to come to open your STS. Okay. Inside the STS, go to file. Now we will create a new project. Okay. Create a new Java project. Okay, and write the project name as a project project 6. Okay, and language is automatically has been taken. Next and finish. So Java 6 project has been created. Now what we have to do, inside this project there is no MySQL connections. You can see this JRE system library. So click here. Currently, we do not have a MySQL connection driver. So we will basically import the driver inside this library file. So basically how we will import the MySQL connection jar, go to this, your project, go to build path, then after configure build path here, and after configure build path, click this, then click on external, add external jars. Then select not this one. I want uh, This is 9. This is also 9. Okay, I want this one only. MySQL connector jar J9 value. Okay. This one only. Connect. Then apply and close. Okay. So this way we have mm, downloaded the MySQL connector jar. Okay. Now just go here, go to May1, not May1. Okay, it is done. Now what I will do, I will create one class inside the SRC folder. Click on the SRC. Here I create one class with the name A. The class name is A, and finish. Okay, so in this way I have created my class. Now what I will write, first I will now I will show you how to create and make the connection with the database. So first I will create a main method. Okay, this is main method. Okay, then what we will do, inside a try catch block, create a try catch block. If some exception happen in your system, then it will basically handle those exceptions. Okay, so that we are using a try catch block. Before, why it is stuck, what it is downloading. uh, try catch. So inside this try catch block, you can now write the now first I will go to now I will write class dot for name, class dot for name, and here I will pass form dot MySQL dot CJ dot JDBC dot driver and close. So this class basically what it is doing here, it is making or the connection with the database. Okay. So this class is basically tells that this class is connected to a database, dynamically looks for MySQL with JDBC driver class. Okay. And required so that Java knows how to communicate with the MySQL. Okay. This class basically help us to communicate with the database, and by writing this line, this program basically knows how where is the MySQL JDBC driver and how they will communicate with the MySQL database. So this is the basic need of this class. This line may also be, it is also not necessary, but earlier it is necessary up to version 4 onward. Afterward, version above version 8 onward, it is not necessary to write this class, but we have to write. Okay. Then this is one okay important line. Then we will use connection con. Then connection con for making a connection, CONNECTIN connection. Object name is con equal to then driver manager DRIVER 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 manager is a class with dot get connection, and here we will write the. So basically what is happening here, after class dot for name, it knows where the MySQL driver class is and how to communicate. Okay. Then con dot connection con basically help us to make the connection with the database with the help of driver manager class. Okay. This driver manager class basically help us to make a connection. Okay. And this connection basically help us to make the connection. First, you can import this from here. Okay. Driver manager you can also import here from java.sql. Okay. Now get connection. Now here we will write our when we are opening MySQL, we have to pass the user, what is your username, that is username is root, what is your password, your new password, okay, in this way. So here we will write a small line for making our database connection, that is JDBC colon, sorry, JD, oh, JDBC colon MySQL colon double backslash, then host. Local host is basically where your program will be run. Local host. Port number of MySQL is 3306. Remember, sometime interview ask what is the port number of your local host MySQL driver, then you can write 3306. Local host is the name of the server. The local computer where your program will be basically run. That thing is basically called as a local host. This is the port number of MySQL driver. Then what is the database name? So database what I will use MySQL database I will use demo 4. I will use demo 4, and inside the demo 4 we have employee, mark, student, table 1. Okay, these are the tables. So I will use demo 4. Sorry, here demo demo 4. Okay, after demo 4, you have to pass the your what is your username. That is a here our we have the name as a root R double O T root. And then what is the password? Password is write your password like here. This is password from my side. Okay. Okay. JD. Oh, small mistake. Ending break. Okay. Now it is good. Now it is gone. Just make it bigger. Save. So what I have first class basically it is used for checking the connection that MySQL driver where it is, and it will okay. That connection con will help us to make the connection. Then driver manager is class to make the connection with our database with or then here we have to pass JDBC colon MySQL, then local host, and what is the number of your local host, that is 3306 for our MySQL. Then this is a demo 4 is our database name, then your username equal to root and password equal to this. Okay, then you can write SYSOUT south con. Here we are making the connection and system dot out dot print con. We are returning the connection. We are returning con this con object returning the connection so that we can check that our connection is successful or not. Okay, printing the connection object to verify the est- establishment. Okay, so when we print this con, we will basically print this types of format. Okay, so let me just run our program again. Run Java application. Okay, so now we can see com.mysql.jdbc, then this is the connection. So this connection has been established. Okay, and in this we are returning. Okay, after this now we have successfully connected with the our database with the help of the MySQL driver connector jar. Okay, now we will use the create statement object for creating a connection with the help of MySQL queries. Okay, with the help of MySQL query, we will create the statement and write the SQL query and perform a operation. Okay, so now we will write a statement STATEMA statement HTML. This is the object of a statement object. Then pawn dot create statement. Create state statement for creating a statement. Okay, and a statement we have to basically import. Okay, now we will what we will do execute update that object that is stmt dot execute update statement. Execute update will be basically execute the SQL statement, means we can inside the execute update we can create insert query, update query, delete query. Okay, this types of query we basically perform inside execute update. So we will that's why I am first I have written the statement stmt dot create statement so that I can create the statement, and then a object that is stmt dot execute update for writing the SQL query. So here we can write a SQL query. Okay, like I want to create a table. Okay, first thing I want to create a table. So write create table. Table name is basically two. Okay, table one is already created, and inside the table I want ID. Sorry, ID int. Okay, the same way which we are creating, editing, updating, the same query will be also written here. Okay, then name where var where care and size is 100. Okay. Then city city var where care size is also 100. Okay. So in this way we have created okay, our statement. Okay. Double click to make it larger. So you can see statement stmt dot execute update. Here we can create insert update delete statement. Okay, so create table 2. Then we are creating ID int, name where care 100, city where care this. Okay, and close. Now after creating this statement we will basically uh, e- every now we are basically creating a connection. Whenever you create a one connection, okay, then also it is your responsibility to close the connection also. After making a connection, it is your responsibility to close the connection also. Okay. So we will also write here statement system dot out con dot close statement. Okay. In this way, we can close the statement. Now let's run our program. Our connection has been connected. Let's go to our MySQL. In MySQL, currently we have the table one, this. Refresh. You can see table two has been created, and ID, name, and city is basically generated. So in this way, with the help of a Java program, we are making a connection with the our MySQL database. So what here we are doing, first we have MySQL connected jar we have imported. Then these are different classes, APIs, which are basically helping us to making the connection with our MySQL database. Okay. So now this is a one statement. Okay. Now Second, now I want to insert something. So same stmt dot execute update, and here you can inside double colon close this first. Okay, and I will write insert into insert into table. My table name is here TAABLU table 2. Okay, inside into table 2, and same way ID comma name comma city. No? Then ID comma name comma city. Then values values values. What you want to pass, you can basically write like ID first. I close this one so that we are not confused. I want one comma, sorry, one comma, then single quote, comma, single quote. I want name Anuj, city, Bhopal. Okay, in this way I have passed one statement. Okay, just save your program. Whatever statement HTML execute update where previously I have created a table. Now I am inserting into a table. These are the field ID, name, city, and these are the values. Okay, and just run your Java application. A good connection is established. Check in MySQL. This is refreshed. See, one data has been added. Okay. Similarly, now comment this one. Next. Now, how to delete the thing? Okay. First, I will create one more. I will create one more. This time, I will write two, and this time I will write ab hai, and here I will write Nepal. Okay, and run. Good, and we have one more output. Now I will create. Sorry, not this one. Now I will add one more. I will this time I will write three and Ajit, and then here Nepal, Bhutan, BHUTA. Okay, BAPAN. Cursor plus save. Run your application. Connection is established. Check your MySQL and run. Three things has been added. Okay. Now, if I want to delete the things, then how I will delete the things? So same query stmt, that is object for the where statement object, which will basically help us to write or create the statement. Okay, so statement object stmt dot execute execute update execute update, and inside this inside double column you can write your query, that is a delete delete uh, from table name is table to where id equal to 1. Okay, where id equal to 1 means it will delete Anuj this. Okay, so run the program. Connection is established. Let's check, refresh. The id 1 has been basically deleted. Now what, after doing this, what we can do? We have seen, we have created insert delete CRUD operation, basically create now update I will do stmt dot execute execute update statement double colon stop. Now you can use update. So upda update table name table table 2. Okay, update set name equal to I want to name what was the name. It was basically there. Abhay. So single colon Abhay Kumar. Okay. Where where condition ID equal to 1. Where ID equal to 1, I will basically update into this. Okay. Just say run. Good connection is done. Now refresh. Go here. Sorry. Update table. Set sub. Name equal to other to where equal to this. And say and Java program. Okay, okay. That is the problem. No problem. Basically, the ID one we have deleted. That's why it is not updating. That is ID two. Abhay is basically in ID two. So I was writing ID one. Okay, so ID one basically is deleted. Now I will run ID two. Now run. कहाँ गया mouse? Run Java. Okay. 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 Now it is been updated. Okay. So you also remember this. Now, after making an update statement, I want to print or use the select statement. Select for seeing the all the data which is present inside the your table. For using a select statement, basically we will use no, currently we are using execute update for it is used for create, insert, update, and delete. Now for select statement, there is another that is known as execute query. You basically use execute query. STMT dot execute execute query query, and in here you will basically write the select statement. Select star from table to select star from table. Okay. And and this will be basically control plus space. Sorry. Here, this statement basically you will store inside some object. That object name is result set. Result 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 set result will basically store the object. Okay, of the select statement. Import result set. Okay. So whatever data you will get from the select statement, all the data will be stored inside the result set, and this is the object. Now you will use while result dot next for iterating in your result set. Then you can print SYSOUT system dot out dot print. This is the next is a method. Next here is a method. While operator to basically we want to loop inside those data and we can print those data. That's why we are using while loop. This is the result object dot next basically print the next line, then system dot out dot print. I want to print result dot get int. First is int. Okay, that is one. Then you can similarly you can SYSOUT system dot out dot print result dot get string. Second is string format. That is the name. That is true. And SYSOUT system.out.print result result dot get string. City is also in string format to string, and that is at 3. So cursor plus save and run your Java program. So we are getting all the data. You, Anuj, Nepal, 3, Ajit, this, okay, this one. So this thing you can do for printing the statement of the select. Okay. So in this way, we are doing the database operation. Okay. And you can also write in this. Here you can also write in this way, like ID. Here it is a name. Here it is a city. This will also print the statement. Okay. Now, so we have seen how to make the connection with the help of Java program and connect with our MySQL database. Okay. So let me go to our PPT. Now let me. So what basically we have seen how to make a connection. Okay. So what is JDBC? JDBC is a Java database connectivity. Okay. Here we have downloaded the MySQL driver, JDBC driver basically to make a Java database connection. It is a Java API that allows the Java application to connect and interact with the relational database. Our database name, we are generally using MySQL. So that's why I have told you what is JDBC. So first we have what downloaded the my JDBC connection. Okay, that is JDBC API is basically downloaded that allow the Java application to connect with our relational database and MySQL database we are generally using. Okay. Then key features. What is the key feature of JDBC? It execute the SQL query, select, insert, update, delete. That is right. Retrieve and manipulate the data from the database and support different types of drivers. Okay. Yes. So what is JDBC architecture? Our Java application, JDBC API, that is standard API, MySQL, JDBC connection driver we have imported. Then JDBC driver. Okay. First, we have Java application, then JDBC API, MySQL connection, jar, JDBC driver, and then after database. This is the basic flow. Application to JDBC API. After that, they will go to a connection driver. It will make the connection. After making the connection, we go to database and you will retrieve the data accordingly. So this is the basic architecture flow of your Java program. Okay. Now, what is MySQL? MySQL is a relational database management system so that stores the data, tables, rows, and columns. Okay, so currently in this we are using MySQL where that we create the table, create the database. Okay, that MySQL basically use the SQL standard language for doing the operation database related work built with the JDBC. So that is our flow. Same, we have created Java program, then JDBC APIs, and this API basically connected to a MySQL database. Okay, inside our Java program, we are creating a driver manager dot get connection for making the connection with a database, and here we are passing the respective like MySQL colon JDBC localhost 3306, then your username, root, then password and database name we pass inside here, get connection. Then after inside we will create a connection. Then we write the statement. Okay, then we execute the SQL statement and result set. Select statement are stored inside the result set. This thing we have just now done inside our program. So this thing, okay, that's why I have first create the program. Then afterward, I am moving to this PPT because first I have moved to this PPT, then everything will be gone over your flow. Then we have used a statement here for making connection like statement stmt pound dot create statement and then stmt dot execute update. So these are basically statement where we are creating the SQL queries. Okay. So what we have done here, What is the basic definition of a statement? A statement is a JDBC is used to execute the SQL queries without any input parameter. Okay, like suitable for simple fix SQL queries, creating and connection pond dot create statement also. Okay, vulnerable to SQL injection attack. Okay, dynamic value. Okay, so we have created a statement stmt dot pound dot create a statement, then statement dot execute update, and then we have written the query as here. Same thing, statement, then query. Okay, and driver manager for making the connection, and we have passed our credential JDBC, then MySQL, then localhost 3306, database name, your username, your password. Okay, then class dot for name. This basically checks that MySQL driver connection is working. Okay. Then afterward, what moving to next slide. Now it is more easy to understand what is the statement, everything. Okay. Before doing the practical. Then we have prepared statement. The prepared statement is also one kind of statement. It is SQL statement that can accept the dynamic parameter, and it is safer and more efficient than the statement. Okay. Statement and prepared statement. So we have used statement in our program. Now, what key point? It prevents the SQL injection, allow the setting dynamic value using the placeholder, compile the SQL once and execute multiple times. Okay, that is the benefit of prepared statement. So you can also, in place of statement connection pond dot create statement, you can also use prepared statement pond dot prepared statement in this way. You can means basically in this program you can exchange with the prepared statement here. Okay, we have used statement, you can also use prepared statement. Okay, both work same, both work same. You pass the SQL query and it will work. Then we are generally using execute query. Okay, we have seen what are the different types of execute query. So here we can see inside that we have using that execute query for creating the table, then execute query for inserting, execute query for delete, execute query for update. Okay, so that's why we have used. So here we can use the execute query. So what is the definition of execute query? Execute query is used to execute the SQL statement. Okay, and return. So, so we are talking about execute update. Okay, first I will talk about execute update. So in execute update, what happened? In execute update is used to execute the SQL statement that modify the database, such as we perform insert operation, update operation, delete, and okay, that come under DDL operation, create, update, delete. Okay, so that is and execute query. Basically inside execute query we only write a select statement, and this select statement is basically stored inside a result set, and then with the help of while loop result set dot next we basically print those statement by system dot out dot print. Then result dot get string name, it will give the name. Or you can, in place of name, you can also pass 1 2 3. Okay, it will print the one, that is ID, two, that is name, three, that is string, and also pass the ID name in this way. So that is the execute query for select statement, and execute update is used for insert, update, delete statement. Okay, then what are the steps we have generally used for making the connection? We have load the driver classes. Okay, with the class dot font name, it will basically load the driver class, the connection dot MySQL connection jar. Then we have connect with the database by driver manager dot get connection. Here we have class dot font name for MySQL driver connection. Then connection font equal to this. And driver manager class, this is a driver manager class. Okay, this driver manager class we have used for making the connection. Then we have create a statement for creating the statement, then execute a statement for execute the statement, insert, update, delete come under the update, and a select statement come under execute query. Okay, then this execute query select statement will be stored inside result set, and with the help of result set dot next we will print the data from the database. And you can lastly you can connect pond dot close for closing the SQL connection. Okay, the pond dot close here in every here After doing this such operation, this line cond or close basically close the SQL connection. And here you can write dot print stack trace. Okay, here you can dot dot print for making the connection. Then afterward, what you can do, pass that font name for connection, load the MySQL JDBC driver class into a memory. That is the use here. Pom.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver is a class name for MySQL connection jar. The same thing. This step to register the driver with a driver manager. Okay. Note strictly in JDBC 4 onward, it is basically strictly that you should write this line. Okay, but afterward JDB 4 onward and upgrade version, it is not necessary to write this class dot form. Okay. Then we have seen connection con equal to driver manager dot get connection, and we are passing our parameter inside here. That is JDBC MySQL localhost 360 database name, username, your root. Okay, for making the connection, it will this should be whenever you make the connection with the con dot driver manager, then this everything should be correct. Otherwise, the connection will not be established. Okay, establish a connection to MySQL database name demo. Okay, this is the syntax. This is a root, that is a username, this is a password. Okay, return the connection object. Okay, and execute the SQL statement system dot out connection con dot this. Okay, and system dot out con basically help us to check this line here, uh, this line. This line basically help us to check whether the connection is established or not. How it is help us to check? Again, if I run this program, this line basically help us that a connection is connected on. Okay, connected. Here it is written connected. Okay, if not connected, you will see the different types of red line. Okay, so that is the thing. Then afterward, statement stmt con dot get same create statement is object which allow you to send the SQL command where we create, select, insert, update, and delete. It is basically used to execute the SQL query. You will okay, important point, basically you have to close the database after connection. Okay, always do this to release the resources. Okay, why we are doing closing connection here? Because to release the resources. Okay, here we see, here we are writing close connection to release the resources. Then try and catch block, basically we have developed all the thing inside and try and catch blocks too. If some exception occur, we can handle those exception. It is good for debugging and queries. So you can see here we basically we have write the code inside try block. Okay, try and catch. Okay, if something occur, it will suppress by catch block. So that is the main thing. So this is all for today's session. Go home and practice this. Make a connection. Okay, practice all the queries. Okay, with the help of execute, update, and where you will create, insert, update, delete, and execute query where you can use select. Okay, but this line you have to remember starting. Then afterward you can copy paste and run. Okay, thank you. See you in the next session. Bye bye.